Hey, Roots.
Happy,
Happy
happy
Friday.
day. Happy Friday. Good morning to the West Coast. Good afternoon to the East. We are we're still here. We've been marked safe.
Mark safe. Yeah, bought the dip. Crazy
Bought the
dip.
dip.
Not
I
wasn't even
mean,
scared. Wasn't even
that,
scared.
that is exactly the type of season it is right now. Is buy the dip season. Dry powder on the side, buy the dip. You're gonna get those violent retracements, liquidity flushes in the majors, and then it's gonna cascade through. Lots of good dips out there.
Yeah. How you
Welcome,
doing for local?
FG.
What's up, guys?
No, we were just talking about the dip that was bought, but besides that, I think no, everything's
You
back
know,
on track, I think.
remember that meme that is like you bought the dip of the dip of the dip. That's how it feels sometimes in meme coins, right? Because there was a few dips last week, and we thought it was it, and then there was another dip this week. So of course, in even in bull markets, you can have crazy like 30 to 40, even 50% dips across alts, but damn, it definitely tests your patience and your confidence in this market, huh? It's not an easy one to navigate. So days like that, you just
100%.
turn off the screens, as Rose mentioned, save some dry powder, and be ready for the next leg up. Hopefully, there's another year here in this bull market or so. So
You know where you're not getting that dip is those NFTs,
that's
Oh yeah.
right. That's right.
right? Yeah, let's get into the market summary. Add it to the stage. Um, so yeah, quite a red day. Of course, depending on when you woke up, look at the markets. It's different for everyone. In fact, today is now kind of flat in a lot of places, but we've seen this kind of pull back from about Tuesday. It's pulled back a fair bit. Bitcoin up to like I think about 15 to 17% total pullback at one point. It basically a liquidity flush down to 92K. It's now since rebounded back up to 97. Of course, that flushed out a lot across the alts, other majors, meme coins, etc. And all of this was kind of kicked off by the recent Powell meeting. That I'll definitely be curious to see the other guy's thoughts on it, on exactly what kind of spurred it off for the Powell movement. Maybe a little bit more hawkish, but less rate cuts next year, that kind of sort of thing. I didn't quite understand why it was so bearish, but really that's where the cascade came from across all markets into crypto a bit, and yeah, we are where we're at. Basically, a good buy the dip moment. Obviously, that actually that dip is past. You often with these flushes, you see this kind of quick V-shaped recovery, which shows the strength in the market overall. MetaMask debuts a crypto debit card. I mean, MetaMask isn't it. It's a quality platform, but it just doesn't give you that same feel to what you see with some of the other ones out there, Phantom, etc. But good to see that they're moving on that. I know it's been here in Canada for a period of time with other platforms being able to use kind of your crypto as a debit card, and I think it's an interesting kind of function and scenario. Good to see that kind of progress. Meme coins have struggled. They've given back about 57 billion in market cap over the last 5 to 7 days. So it's been this slide in meme coins, providing probably a good entry. I think I mentioned on our last session here on Tuesday that I thought that meme coins have kind of faded a bit in terms of market attention. That will return. We've seen it in the past, and when that returns, you'll get this pretty strong rally. But at the moment, they're kind of secondary to some of the other stuff that's going on. There's still pockets in it in meme coins and some success. Recently, unicorn fart dust was a good winner runner. But overall, it's been a little quieter. And then into NFTs where Doodles teases a token, rallies 75, almost 2x. It's currently up about 64% on the day. I think we expected this. Doodles to me isn't necessarily the one that I see the best token coming out of, and I think the market's kind of been a little bit tepid. It's not rallying quite the way that.
Bro, didn't they already launch a token? I mean, going with Poopy or whatever earlier in this year. Like, I think people have very short-term memory,
Right?
right?
I don't know if that was an official one though.
Okay.
And ecosystem driven, all that kind of stuff. A lot of NFTs have done it in the past. Cool Cats are teasing one right now. Of course, they've done it in the past with Milk Token.
Yeah.
I think it's an opportunity for NFTs that kind of take advantage of this
To farm us.
liquidity, yeah, to farm it a bit, and so a little bit of buyer beware. Of course, we're going to see rallies, we're going to see speculation on this, but if everyone's jumping in there to do it all at once, I think it turns out a little less positive. And hopefully, Azuki gets into the fold here sooner than later, because they're the most anticipated, and we're the most anticipated for some time, over Pudgies, because Pudgies weren't saying that they're going to do one. And of course, we've been expecting Anime Token for a while, but that one fits. That one's got, product market fit, etc. Hopefully they get in there before this train wreck of maybe over tokenization from NFT projects happens. So just a kind of more of a caution. I don't know if that's how it's going to play out, but it's starting to bubble up that way, and kind of buyer beware that way. But you'll see rallies, etc. But tokens overall and that kind of stuff, how they kind of launch and how they kind of come out, that will play out pretty quickly here. And if you get one or two that fail to be as successful, then elements will change a lot. Speculation and other tokens, NFT tokens will push the market down, etc. So there can be a cascading effect if it doesn't go well, or if too many pile on. So just kind of look at the narrative, look at the opportunity for tokens. Doodle definitely has a fair opportunity for tokens, but when it comes to Cool Cats, that's a playbook that's been done. I don't like it. That kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And in
because
terms of
honestly, Cool Cats is not even like. I mean, I'm not saying it's dead, but it's one of those communities that you haven't heard really at all during the bear market. Whereas
right,
Doodles were still like kind of like grinding up partnerships, which by the way is
mm-hmm.
interesting because they have this partnership with McDonald's, and I think the new partnership with PlayStation was actually pretty cool too, or collaboration. But those didn't really move the price of the NFT at all. And then
I know, right?
this guy Burnt Toast, the artist, comes in with the riddle post about the token, and it shuts up for like 2 to 3 ETH to like 7 ETH. It's like, okay, well, we obviously know what people care about in this space. Problem is people have short-term memory, and as I always say, tokens are a double-edged sword. Yes, you might be able to reward your holders and make them very wealthy during a bull market, but most people will actually get wrecked, right? Because it's whatever it is. It's the same as you did with NFTs, maybe a little bit more liquid. But the thing about meme coins per se is that they can really go to almost zero, right? So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to. I really don't know if they really are, because Doodles has really kind of like shown an approach of very much a Web2 company, and now that there's a bull market, they're going back to be an NFT company. I don't know. I'm kind of like confused, and obviously, hopefully, they're not doing this to farm us, but I think they are. So
Well,
we'll see.
and there is no official token yet, right? So like, until Julian comes out there and says that we got a token coming, like this is just a floor pumping on speculation, right? And I mean, NFT market loves speculation. So
I mean, they have
Yeah.
to do a token. If they don't do a token, they're going to zero for sure. Now they have to.
right?
If
Yeah,
they go
I
up
think
60 or 70%, like the
yeah,
market kind of spoke that they
yeah,
need to do a token.
yeah,
You know?
right.
Yeah, the same as OpenSea, which I think you probably have it here on your update. So keep going, Rhodes. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, I mean that's a good point. I seen all the OpenSea news kind of post creating this slide. OpenSea Foundation, all of that kind of looks like it's progression here. I don't know if we have a timeline official yet, but OpenSea airdrop token incoming, and we'll have to see how that plays out. Hopefully, they take a few pages from the Pengu token and find ways of rewarding communities that have been there and people that have been there. I think that'll bode really well. The interesting thing that Tyler brought up here this morning is that Blur continues to get a lot of volume. I mean, I've been talking about that. I don't know if that's anything abnormal. Blur is a where a lot of large buyers like to operate and buy and sell and trade. And of course, you have the ability to buy now, pay later, all that kind of stuff. So there's functions there that make Blur still a very usable platform. But in the terms of total NFT trades, OpenSea still is strong. And for the most part, I would advise buying on OpenSea if you're making these NFT purchases, because I think there's probably benefit to that. But NFT market itself, volume is down, but still strong at 48 million. Solana 4 million, Ordinals 3 million. In the terms of movers, we talked about Doodles up 64% to 7 ETH. Crazy. All these partnerships, all this stuff that was going on, nothing moved it, as Furloco said. But token rumor, and it rallies. Actually, in fact, prior to the kind of cryptic token kind of tease there, they were rallying just on the perspective of tokens. The whole market has been, right. Zuki as well, up another 12% on token speculation. I think Zuki has a lot of room to move when it comes to the token side of things. They're the biggest interest and winner when it comes to tokens, provided that we don't kill this whole token narrative before it even gets off the ground there for Zuki. Cool Cats, again, also teasing a token. They've done it. This one's a bit of a mess. I don't even know, what cool token. I don't even know what token they're doing now at this point. That actually, the thing is, it's gotta fit. It's got a meme. And it's like the thing about Pengu is that they have all the memes already, and they have the ecosystem. Like there's so much that's a fit, where some of these other collections, the fit isn't there, and that's where it's just here's your airdrop, sell it quick, get some liquidity, and that's kind of it, so to speak. So buyer beware in that respect. Snappy Seals as well, they've had a token, but they seem to continue to rally. Of course, they fit with the cute narrative, that kind of stuff. But they're at 1 ETH. This is a bit of a rebound from where they were on a retracement, because they were up higher than this already. And Moonbirds as well. Moonbirds token, I mean, it's another collection that's it's been passed on. It's kind of dead. It was acquired on a perspective of getting access, liquidity, that kind of stuff. So not
that made no sense. That the floor kind of like 2x.
Yeah, I'm not
same
super
for
bullish
like
on this one either.
Same for Clonex, right? Clonex also went up like a bunch. Yeah.
Who's releasing the Clonex token? I mean, you got to think about the token isn't just like a guaranteed wealth injection. The NFT market's doing really well, and there's projects that are doing really well, but we're getting into a little bit of silly season here. But you can also play the silly system. Just beware that the risk is amplified, is all, right? So if you want to buy into a speculation, maybe it's a more of a short-term play. And that's just kind of what I want to highlight there with NFTs. And we'll get into more detail on that, I'm sure, as we go. And in terms of meme coins, pretty rough overall. Not many that are up. SPX is up 3% to 604 million, but down on the week. AI16Z, same thing, up 2% to 728, but down on the week. Doge, sorry, Danksy, down 12% on the day, down 24% on the week after a whale wallet liquidates a bunch of Doge. Doge consolidated for a period of time there and didn't move up, didn't move down. And after that rally, it kind of put itself in a bit of a precarious spot. And I guess someone took advantage of it. Doge in general, I mean, it's still the king meme for the cycle. All memes are down. So just a bit of profit taken as what we hope on that. And then prediction markets, we were so close to that 110K, and it was up to 89%. Is that right? 79% in the terms of probability to hit 110K. And now it's down to 18%. And 90K is now up to 39%. Wasn't even on the radar before. Just showing the sentiment and how quick it's flipped. I think we're probably not likely to touch either marks at this point, and maybe a bit of chop here until we get a breakout, I think is kind of the general narrative. But don't be surprised if Bitcoin just rallies out of nowhere as well. So it's volatility. It's kind of been the story on it. Would love to see it above 100K again and kind of create some support there. But otherwise, it's just volatility. So I'm gonna pause there. What's your thoughts here, guys? Otherwise,
Thanks, he. Any thoughts?
No, I didn't know about the I didn't know about the Doge whale thing. Obviously, Doge has been running hot, but I mean, like you said, consolidated, hasn't really moved up. Kind of had a bounce after these like really bloody 3 days, but we'll see where it goes from here. But I'm still holding my
Yeah.
Doge stuff.
mm-hmm.
I mean, we have I think there's a great point on the macro side of things. We have the PC inflation data today, which, by the way, I mean, if you look at the actual equities and stock market, it's up slightly. Like the QQQ, SPX are slightly up slightly today, although obviously after the dump we had in the last couple of days, doesn't seem to be super exciting just yet. But I think it was much more needed, a correction like that. So regardless of it was Powell with his hawkish comments or whatever, or the inflation fears, I do think that that it was necessary. And so yeah, equity is correct, kind of like coming back nicely. Hopefully that trickles down to crypto. Bitcoin is up slightly today, although still fighting that 96,000, I think, in 97,000 territory. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I think we'll still see a few days of kind of like softness because people are going. Obviously, it's Christmas time and holidays, so perhaps a rally after Christmas or into the inauguration, something that we could see. But we definitely have seen. I mean, if you really think about it, like people don't like to see red days, but we've ever since Trump got elected, I think it was November 4th, right before, we've been up only pretty much across all crypto narratives, right? So I think it was good that we had a reset, and we'll see what happens afterwards. But yeah.
No, I totally agree with you. You can see, look at my screen right now. We were in extreme greed territory for like a month straight here,
Mhm.
and now we're back down to only greed, maybe touching neutral on the coin market cap thing. So 62, we're at like 80 plus for like a whole month basically after Trump got elected. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously red days are bad, but like we haven't had red days in reality for a month straight.
And I talked about it as well that when we see these kind of 4 or 5 week kind of strong weekly rallies, it typically kind of needs a bit of a breathing off period. And so, you look at any kind of chart there, and you get 4 or 5 weeks of up green action. Expect some kind of retracement, right? So, we've been cooking quite hot here the last bit. So, maybe we get this kind of Christmas pullback, which is a pretty common occurrence and been talked about, and then back into the new year, we move on. But yeah, good
Yeah,
little reset.
I don't know if we want to do any kind of like charting. Obviously, Bren is not here, and I know that he got a conflict, so we'll see if he can come up later on. But other than that, I mean, look, it's just again, most people are heading out for the holidays, so you probably see a low volume weekend, if I have to guess, where we can see a little bit more of a soft market, perhaps a little bit more of a kind of like sell action here. But I do expect after we had this correction, and knowing that everything is coming with the new administration and how positive it is, I think we're gonna have a great 2025. So again, people just have to chill, understand that this is normal, and pullbacks on bull markets are actually more aggressive than on bear markets. To the popular belief is the opposite, but the truth is during bull markets you can have 30, 40, 50% pullbacks, as I mentioned. So not concerned about that. The part that concerns me a little bit more is the meme coin market seems to be extremely saturated, whether it's AI or just memes. Some of these tokens have gotten destroyed 30 to 40 to 50%, and some of them might never come back. Like one of the ones that we all believed in, Chill Guy, after what happened with Peanut, is one of the things that you kind of like think about, like how much the timeline and how many people were actually convinced this was going to be a multi-billion-dollar token, and is now fighting to survive here at 100, I think 180 million. So we'll see what happens with those, but I think the meme market is very saturated. And when it comes to memes, particularly Solana memes, are the ones that are very difficult to really hold, because most people are not holding them well, but also it just seems to be a pretty much a PvP environment where you
A
just
lot
have
less
to get,
friction.
yeah, you just pretty much just get your wins and move on. Whereas when I think about base ecosystem, is kind of like the one I'm really paying attention to, because most tokens on base, whether it's because there's less attention or less volume or whatever it is, it's obviously less popular. It really is easier to hold. I mean, like, I'm looking at my base tokens, whether are meme coins or actual protocols like airdrome and virtual protocol, and those are thriving in days that most Solana tokens are getting destroyed here in the market, right? AIXBT is up, Virtual's up. There's a bunch of other tokens that are up, whereas Solana tokens, like, if you look at Jesus, Popcat 0.75, that thing is down incredible. I mean, like, it reached $2 and it's down like what, like 60% already in the last 2 weeks. Dog we've had as well. So it goes to tell you that not just memes, but perhaps the chain itself, it's something that you have to consider as you invest
So
in the next year.
Solana's always been full of cheaters.
A hundred
The
percent.
what NFT days, Solana was very much like that. Just less friction, right? Like, yeah, I mean, there's the cost of transacting is so much lower, and ETH provides more friction there. And then I think just base is an adoption of ETH users, so maybe a
Yeah.
little bit more patient, etc. But you're right. I think especially when it comes to things like virtuals and AI XBT, like those are two winners from the last while here, and might well to find some more stability here. A
Mhm.
lot of these memes, though, the ones that have kind of gone through these pretty vicious retracements, the ones that come out of this are going to obviously present extreme value at the moment, and you just have to kind of look through on what tokens do you have conviction in, that have the strong communities around them, because these type of retracements are
Mhm.
fairly common when it comes to memes, and will typically kind of rally out of. So
Yeah.
Should we run some majors and alts before we go into memes? Just for like
sure.
30
Yeah.
minutes.
I've seen a lot of chatter about Solana, particularly because of the FTX holdings or whatever. Apparently saying that they hold way more than, or whatever. They hold more balance than they expected, and so people are kind of scared that they're going to be dumping it as the distributions happens. And I think they start happening in March. But there's also unlocks coming up. So whereas Bitcoin, I'm not as concerned, because I know that there's massive institutional and even, like, nations, if they actually are able to put it on their treasury, which we don't know, right? Powell said that they're not allowed to, but again, the Fed is not the treasury department either, so we don't know what's going to happen there. But I'm not really concerned about Bitcoin, but Solana per se, it's one of those that is like, you know, definitely need to have some other catalysts to move this token from what it is right now. What's the market cap of Solana right now? Is it like 60 billion or diluted one? Do you have it there? Because right now it's like it's going to be testing. I mean, it's already under $200, but um, it's tough to move this token as we grow, and there's so many other opportunities in the market.
Just slightly under 100 billion. Looks like
100 billion.
BNB overtook them,
They
and
did.
XRP overtook them.
Yeah, because those tokens are easier to move, right? Like, there's less kind of like float, and those things actually, they pump, right? Because people don't sell them, and it's just like the Dino tokens. They're easier to move because the way they're structured, and no one really sells these things, but as well, it's much easier to pump those tokens. But also, there's not really any catalyst. Anyways, I'm looking at Ethereum and Solana. I'm a little bit more concerned about those two than I'm on Bitcoin. But if you want to pull up the charts of the majors, we can talk about them a little bit. Danksy, your call.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the market caps. Yeah, I don't know. Sol. We thought Sol's could be the winner of this bull cycle, but not
I
sure.
mean, it has. If you consider the bull cycle, the end of, I guess, the beginning of 2023, it has done like what, 20x, right? Because it went to $10 almost.
Yeah, but
Solana.
that's kind of FTX. FTX, they kind of
Yeah,
destroyed
FTX.
them.
Yeah, that was probably the peak of bottom. So it has definitely performed well, but there's more tokens coming into the market, right? There's more supply, so moving this token up, even though we do have reached market cap highs, is going to be difficult to move in price terms, right? Because the token is getting bigger, but it's also there's more supply. So I do think it'll go higher, but I don't know. Is it going to be worth holding on Solana versus other tokens? That's the bet that everyone wants to think about and take here, right?
The
Ethereum might be outperforming because also there's the talk about Solana having an ETF, but really I don't know if BlackRock is going to be behind that, right? Because they're supporting Ethereum very much. So if you're investing in majors, definitely difficult to think about if you want to hold your Solana chips here or you want to perhaps lean more towards Ethereum in DeFi ecosystem right now. Rhodes, your thoughts?
I was gonna say the bounce that we got on Solana was actually pretty healthy off of the 200-day moving average, and then back into a good support range of this kind of 189 area. So as much as it's showing some real weakness, I think potential for it to bottom out a bit here and look pretty good. So I don't mind Solana holding off of this range. That's very important, of course, for it to stay above this 188 and then maybe get a bounce back up. So not too bad there. Ethereum maybe a little more in a range here, but yeah, this crazy move down and then bounce back on Ethereum, which is pretty wild. But would like to see it reclaim above this fib level of 3600 and move up from there. So yeah.
Yeah. I think Bren is going to join us. I know he will probably catch some majors, but any other news that you guys are looking at from, I know it's been a fairly slow couple of days. I mean, obviously we had the talk of the FOMC and Fed meeting, but anything else you guys are looking at that is kind of like coming up as
Yeah.
relevant?
BNB. I mean, I'm saying this since probably like July, May. It's so stable. I don't know what's going on. It's so stable. Like, look at this chart.
CC Cabal, man. I mean, that guy has a ton of relationships. I wonder if they're doing the same as Hyperliquid, right? Because I know they buy their own tokens and stuff, but it's one of those things that you never know what's behind the Binance Cabal. I mean, there's it's obviously the cabal of all cabals, right? But no, I agree. It's super strong, and I don't know what to tell you. Every time I look into Binance tokens, those things pop up like hundreds of millions overnight, and I don't even know where the volume comes from. But I think he's the one of the wealthiest individuals when it comes to cash, like cash on hand, right? Because he holds like close to, I think Binance holds close to 40% of USDT supply. Is that true?
I think USDT supply is like really strange. I think Avalanche might hold like a shit ton, even though like not many people use Avalanche. And like,
Yeah, but if that's the case, dude, he's like, like he can literally just pretty much buy back this token and back and forth. And with the volume that Binance does, he's got But anyways, yeah, I've never really liked to transact on Binance, but I do know that, you know, those guys over there know how to really pump things. So Bro, have you looked into Binance ecosystem lately or not much?
No, not much. I was back early on when they kind of got a bit of a bump there from meme coins for a bit of period of time, but otherwise, no.
It's Tron. Look how much Tron has.
Yeah. See, the thing about like what people don't understand is like we do chase attention and volume, but what moves tokens is not really the attention, yes, but not volume. Because you think about it, most of these things that are pumped are very much pumped by a few individuals, right? So that's why, the multi-generational wealth opportunities don't come by chasing the chill guys. They come by finding these kind of like opportunities way early on if you are able to. But in most cases, they're heavily manipulated, So, pretty much no one has any idea of some of these tokens when they come to market and they rip like and then they get these listings. It's just like the ACT coin. You guys remember that got listed on Binance? Although that was a Solana token, but I remember the listing took the token from, I think it was like less than 100 million to like a billion plus. So this is one of the things that crypto is still a very heavily manipulated industry. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying some BNB here. I mean, the chart is just insane. I should have bought a long time ago. Like, it's just not dropping.
What's the market cap on Binance right now? BNB.
It's bigger than Sol.
So it's 100 billion plus.
100, slightly
Wait,
bigger.
geez, XRP really moved up, huh? That's crazy.
Yeah, that was from the
XRP
announcement
was
of
bigger than
their.
Tether at one point. It was like
Yeah.
200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Sol's been just taking a hit. That's why. Sol used to be third.
XRP had the announcement of their stable coin. I think that's was their latest rally. So,
Domino's
but
is racing again on Bitcoin. I'm looking at it. Can you pull up the Bitcoin Domino's chart?
Yeah.
I think we've been in Bitcoin Domino's season for 2 years at this point. Crazy.
I mean, that's kind of expected.
Yeah.
Bitcoin being the least volatile crypto, and then everything dropping like 2-3x more
Mhm.
than Bitcoin. So
There's also talks that Senator Lumins was pressing the Fed to actually buy 200,000 Bitcoin every year, although Powell just said that they cannot buy Bitcoin. So something's going on in there. I think that it's scaring all of us to sell our coins so that they can buy cheaper. That's really what it is. So
yeah, this might be the last like I don't think we've seen the rotation out of Bitcoin yet. After looking at these charts,
yeah, I don't know.
like
There's like little pockets of the market that are incredibly doing very well. Like you look at Hyperliquid, that thing is unstoppable. It's reaching 30
what's that
billion
right now?
30 billion market cap. I think it had a dip to 22, 23 yesterday when people were panicking. And the
Oh
team,
man,
remember, the team is buying their own supply. They really have, they really believe that their product is the best, and so they are trying to really create that additional kind of like confidence, but also like FOMO. Like if you don't like our product, it's fine, but they keep buying their own token from the market. So they're buying. The team is buying the token at 25 to 30 billion market cap. So they really are trying to compete and displace Binance, right? Like it's obviously when you think about it, Binance is still the biggest leader when it comes to centralized exchanges. I would say that obviously it's bigger than Coinbase when it comes to volume, and it's not the same, right? Because it's not really the same. But I think Hyperliquid is trying to make a name for themselves this cycle and try to go after Binance's market cap. So we'll see.
what's the best way to buy Hyperliquid on
You
their
can
on
buy
their exchange, right?
you can buy actually on Hyperliquid. Well, I think there's a if you're in the US, I don't know, but for not if not, you can buy on the actual platform. That's what I did. on their marketplace,
Yeah,
on
it's
their
just
actual.
ripping.
Yeah.
When do you think they're gonna start selling? Or they're never selling? They're just pumping the fees back into the token, right?
No, I don't think anytime soon, man. I don't think they're selling anytime soon. I, I'm telling you, I think this thing can go to 100, and I'm not saying that that's a crazy target because if you look at Binance, like I think it was the 2017 cycle, that thing was like also like almost dead at 100 million market cap, and then it went to billions. Yeah, if you look at Hyperliquid, yeah. So I think they're trying to build a Binance here. Rose, have you looked into Hyperliquid much or traded in their exchange?
I haven't used it, no. But I will say that it isn't something to be faded at the moment, given the strength of how well it's doing, the pun of hype that it's receiving here, and yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. What else are we looking at? Should we switch to NFTs or meme coins? What do we want to discuss? Of course, meme coins are not having their best day, but thanks,
Let
you.
me just
Are
run
you
through
looking
the
into
list
any?
real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
ApeCoin pulled. I mean, all the charts are looking the same. It's just how much people are moving. Um, Arweave, kind of a sleeper right now. Haven't really done anything. AVAX, still in the same spot. I mean, these are just getting wrecked by the last couple days, but still a good like buy the dip situation. Let's see what we got. Doge. We talked about Doge, the whale, and then when was the whale sale? Roads, do you know?
It was what, like 500 million Doge was liquidated, kind of at
What day?
once.
Yeah, which day?
I don't know if that was on the daily here, just a couple days ago. So I think that 40 cents moved down,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of been cascading a bit since then.
the dog runes. I mean, this one's just super volatile.
Yeah,
They've been
anything
teasing a
runes?
sex listing for so long, and they only have Mexi. So I don't know. Maybe they're just continuously teasing us. Um,
Do you hold any runes right now, Tanksy?
no, I sold everything. I'm not holding any
Yeah,
runes,
it's tough to hold for sure.
dude. It feels so bad to trade runes. It's like trading NFT. It's like trading NFTs, but even worse.
It's not even fun, no?
It's just so friction. There's just such high friction trading runes, unless you're on a centralized exchange. Like it's just regressing the tech. The tech is like worse. It's like using worse tech to trade. So dot pullback. Um, Honestly, might be a good entry here if you believe in Polkadot for the future for 2025. Um, ETH looking stronger than Sol at this moment, right? But what is that like? A lot of consolidation, especially these days. These days up here at that 4K mark. So we're still looking to break that mark for ETH before we move any higher. But this is a good candle compared to other ones, especially today and yesterday. Anything about Jupiter? Jupiter goes closely with Sol, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I will move with Sol. I know a lot of people are switching back to stables or providing liquidity on Jupiter. I mean, that's always been a play that you could do. I think it used to have close to 60% yield over the summer. I don't know what it is right now. If you actually provide liquidity on JLP to JLP pool. Are you guys tracking the JLP pool or not much?
I used to stake, and I'm like, there's no point in staking.
Yeah, I don't want.
I
to
feel
hold. I don't want
scared
to stake my.
staking tokens.
Yeah, I don't want to hold my tokens or stake my tokens for too long. But yeah, you want to be liquid in this market, especially as you can see right now. It's like it really pays off to be highly liquid, right? Because if you believe there's additional like leg here or whatever, like the bull market is still on, you don't want to be trapped into any staking kind of like periods or whatever. So For sure.
And they don't let you unstake. You have to like wait 30 days. There's like a period,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, I
is
remember taking back in the day with, I think it was a year ago when we started all like farming that, well, more than a year ago, but I think it was November, December when we started farming the Cosmos ecosystem for Celestia and all these tokens. And um we did well with the airdrops in our community, but I regret staking some of my tokens many times because it just felt like you had like weeks. I think there was a penalty, but also weeks in certain pools that you could not withdraw your capital. So at any point in time, you had these massive moves in the market, and I felt like sideline all the time. But yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Pepe. I mean, I don't know. You guys still holding it? I know it's a meme coin, but it's on the list. So
Dude,
I'd
Pepe
say it's
has
like
an insane amount of volume. It's one of the things when I log into any centralized exchange, it's up there. It's up after the majors. I think it's Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, XRP, and then Pepe. So it is a pretty good indicator of the health of the market at this point. It's not even just meme coins, man. It really is an indicator of the health of the market. So, when you had that leg up, I think was right on the pre-election, right? So that was risk on. And then after Thanksgiving, it's been risk off pretty much. If you go there, right, all December, for the last 2 weeks of December, has been very difficult to trade the markets. I remember, like, 'cause I actually sized up into gold, right, when it went back to point 0.5. And that motherfucker has retraced all of its gains over the last 2 weeks. Yeah, pull up the chart of gold, which is supposed to be the number one or pioneer in the AI sector, right? Um, yeah, you can also pull it up on TradingView, but that's fine. Yeah, if you see that they had a, yeah, so they had that down before. They had more than a down. No, that the previous one, not that one. Go to the right side. So I bought when it hit like 500 million. No, not there. Yeah, thanks. I think it was the beginning of December. That one, yes. So I bought that dip around 500 and then 600 billion, hoping that we're gonna have another run into Christmas, and they literally completely faked us. Yeah, it pretty fooled us. So I'm one of those fools still holding it, of course, but yeah, pretty disappointed with the price action. Obviously, I hold Farcoin, which I'm happy about that it has done very well. But it's been difficult to trade these markets in the last 2 weeks. Rhodes, have you made any moves in the last 2 weeks?
No, I mean I've held fart, so I'm doing well there. And my other main one is AI 16Z. Those two are my kind of favorites. I've stuck to the AI. I got some on the kind of the larger side of things that are down, but for the most part, it's AI narrative that's kind of saved me, so to speak. But and they still generally look strong. I think fart. If there is a, we've said this in the past, so I hesitate to say it, but if there's a one of the winners out of this cycle, fart looks to be it. It's getting some mainstream attention, etc. And to me, it seems like it's still a value even at 1 billion.
People saying that they're gonna have a Santa rally next week. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just kind of like reading the timeline, and a lot of traders and people that I follow saying that we are still on track to have a good end of the year, whereas other people are saying that we might actually end up the year kind of like trending downwards, and then once we have the inauguration, which I think is January 16th, right? Then we have another pump up. Kind of like a Q1 pump we always have, right? From I think it's end of Jan to March, April, and then we always slow down pre-taxes or sell in May and go away type of thing. So I know I've seen mixed thoughts on the timeline, which normally when you have a time of uncertainty, it's two things: either time to lock in gains and stable up, or be contrarian and risk on. Are you guys more on the first or the second? What you guys think that this is a time to accumulate or time to be cautious?
I haven't touched anything in months. I haven't
I
traded anything in months. I've just been
I
holding.
I'm going to say that you probably should always have a portion on the side, dry powder, for these type of moments. I think this is an excellent spot to DCA in to some spots. Of course, the best time is during the dip of the morning, right? But still we're down a good portion from where we were just a few days ago. So I would be cautiously DCAing in. There's still potential for additional downside. But the fact that we've kind of got this nice V-shaped recovery, et cetera, shows, like I said, some strength in the market, and I would be looking to DCA in some more.
Yeah, no, that's a good strategy. I was just looking at this. Almost 60 billion wiped out of the meme coin market in the last 2 weeks. So obviously, when you look at it, it's probably like more than half, if not 60-70% is in Solana, right? So what I'm thinking next year is I'm gonna start paying more attention to base and start to invest more of my, my liquid capital onto base, because even though we are not gonna get as much as volume and attention, I just think it's a way easier, way easier kind of like ecosystem to trade, buy, and hold versus Solana. Solana is just so difficult, as you mentioned. There's a lot of people selling back and forth, and although the volume is there and you get all the normie attention, I don't know. I don't feel as safe holding my Solana meme coins right now, especially after
Really?
this incredibly
That's
downturn.
interesting. I think honestly, hey guys, by the way, sorry for being late. I'm feeling a little under the weather. Slept in, to be honest. But so yeah, just to kind of, we'll go over majors in a second.
Good morning to sleep in, by the way.
Yeah.
You miss all the red and wake up to a bit of a rebound.
Yeah, I know. Like I literally haven't even had a chance to check the charts. So
I also just pulled up in here and just heard Forloco say that he doesn't feel comfortable holding meme coins, and now I'm fucking tripping.
I said Solana meme coins versus base. I'm starting to think that I want to start looking more into base, not just meme coins, but the ecosystem itself.
in mods, what's
AIX,
up?
it felt like AIXBT was the only thing that was going against the market. One of the only 3 or 4 coins in the space.
Well, you have virtuals, you have
Virtuals held
airdrops.
strong. Virtuals held strong, but it did take a little dip. Like it honestly looks like a great buy point now.
Yeah.
But to push it back against what you said a little bit, I think the reason why base coins don't get cheated is because there's just not a lot of people trading on it to get cheated and stuff like that. But I think if a lot of people started trading on or like on Coinbase or on Base as much as they did with Sol, would probably have the same kind of issue. I think this volatility is just it's happening on all chains, right? Even Sui, meme coins, everything. So
in the stock
I think
market,
really what we're seeing right now, I don't know what you guys have gone over so far. It looks like you're still on the majors, but I think what we're seeing right now over
through the tokens.
Great. What we're seeing overall right now is not out of the norm at all for bull markets. Luckily, since August, since we bottomed out, this is the first major big correction we've seen. Let me see if I can send it to Danksy, but there's just good posts by forgot who it's by, but it shows every single correction in 720. Yeah, it's gonna take me a second to find it. So it's a post that pretty much goes over in 2017 how many big corrections there were on Bitcoin. I think there was like 6 or 7 20 to 40% corrections, and that's on Bitcoin, right?
I saw the same thing, and it was very much what the kind of the chart patterns that we've seen, the fractal that we've seen so far on Bitcoin kind of follows 2017 very closely. So yeah, you're 100% right. The volatility is there. The only thing that might temper that a bit is ETS, but in general, this is
for sure. And that was
totally
Bitcoin.
common.
That was Bitcoin, the biggest coin out there in 2017. For how many corrections? Meme coins you should expect freaking 60, 70, 80% corrections when Bitcoin corrects 20 to 30. So if this is you're new to crypto or especially meme coins, welcome to meme coins. You should expect this to happen multiple times next year. And it's just with big gains, big explosive moves up come big corrections. And it's just something you should be expecting. Just got to make sure you're in quality assets. I made a post in the Telegram yesterday. Just focus on 2 things. If you're feeling really underwater right now, you have no dry capital, focus on 2 things next time we are up. It's taking profits more aggressively, partial profits more aggressively, so you have that dry powder. and then not chasing stuff that's going up, like something that's really hot, up 5-10x that day. Start paying attention, maybe start to put a small position in. But you want to take meaningful positions. You want to wait till big corrections like this, because you're in a way better place, not only just entry wise, but your overall mental sanity. So yeah, if that's what you're feeling right now, again, try to focus on those two things next time. Overall, I think this is just, again, a part of the bull market, just a reality that we have to go through in crypto in general. And, we still have all the positive catalysts in the world. And to be honest, this is the best thing that could happen going into the new year, with normies starting to come in, with, the Trump administration, all of that, with a big leverage cool off and wipeout like this is honestly the best thing that could happen. To me, chart wise, at least Bitcoin across the board, there's not enough consolidation to be a major top, as well as, like I said, those countless positive catalysts right in front of us. So to me, if you want to go to the hour chart again, I haven't really had a chance to look at it. So a nice little bounce there. If this isn't the bottom, this bounce does show that we are in a correction. The biggest giveaway, like I said, for any of these corrections, and you'll hear me say this a lot, is the lack of consolidation it had before coming down. If you want to put the mouse up there at 108, at the very top, right there, see how it just came down on a dime. These longer, if you look at the Bitcoin top in 2021, like the one that took it back down to 16K, there was a month or 6 weeks of consolidation before that top. As you can see here, it's the opposite. It literally came down, in one day, multiple bounces in between. So even though it's a deep correction on Bitcoin, very corrective on the chart. And so for me, I've just been adding to a lot of the memes, a lot of the coins we've been talking about on this stream. And starting to slowly add back into an ETH and SOL long position. But yeah, I think we'll probably chop out here close to Christmas, if I had to guess, and then up and onwards early next year.
I just bought the dip like 2 minutes ago.
Nice. On what?
Bitcoin options. I just ripped it. We'll see how it goes for the next month.
What are the expiries on that?
Like March. I just bought all of it.
I like that. Yeah, that's cool.
We'll see. But I recently sold out of it before, I think around here. And now I'm just locked back in.
Right on. Yeah, and I like that from March. Can you go to Coin? I want to see how it's reacting.
Do you want daily?
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, Coinbase really trades close to Bitcoin in reality.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think most of their volume comes from Bitcoin anyways.
Yeah, it follows the crypto market, especially Bitcoin, pretty correlated.
What is Coinbase release a token?
I don't know. There's talks of it now again. They pull up a video of that Jesse Powell guy saying they need to decentralize the chain. Usually when they say that, there's a token coming, but who knows? I think we'd have to get some real clear, clarity from the legislators / regulators. But yeah, I mean, we can go over individual coins on here. If you go to the S&P 500, actually up 1.5% today. Obviously in the group yesterday or a couple days ago, I made a post in the Telegram group that I think the S&P 500, even though it's been a pretty deep correction, is corrective and that we will recover here in the next few weeks. And I mean, we've already taken back half the move. Nothing that Powell said in the speech was detrimental, from what I understand, unless I'm missing something. Pretty much said that they're going to slow the rate at which they do cuts. As long as they don't pause and or raise, I do think the market is going to continue higher next year. All assets, all quality assets, the stock indexes and crypto. And yeah, I mean, he made one other comment that the Federal Reserve can't hold Bitcoin, which is a complete nothing burger. But yeah, I mean, what do you guys feel about the FOMC? Any comments on that? I didn't really see the speech or anything, but I did read a few of the comments.
I think it was more of fit the situation fit the narrative to the situation. I think people just needed to liquidate some positions. It was up only for a month. We were saying this before. It was up only for a month. So
Absolutely, and that's why I always say like these news events, you should never try to guess the direction based on what's going to happen, because a lot of times a result will come out that actually sounds bullish intuitively, and then the market will do opposite, and vice versa. So I mean, these news events should just be looked at as a time of likely volatility. So yeah, that's kind of how I view it. Let's see. Supple up says Bren gets here just in time, or Doom for Loco is about to send us over the edge. Oh man. Was it a doom and gloom in here before I got here? Or what?
I literally
You know,
pulled up and
people
saw
people
gloom
are
in-
It.
people are very sensitive nowadays. But the truth is, you need some perspective too. I was never
for sure.
gloomy. In fact, actually, I thought I was like trying to figure it out what to buy, but no, I was just saying that the meme coin market definitely looks saturated across whether we have a correction or not.
Right
That's
on.
how I feel. Yeah.
Right on, yeah. Of course.
Balance.
Gotta have different perspectives. So yeah, I mean the meme we'll go over the meme coin stuff in a second, but I think overall it's again some stuff's gonna die. The super new stuff, 80, 100K market cap stuff dies during this time, a lot of it. But the quality coins, especially the ones we've been talking about with cult like diamond handed communities, which a lot of them you've seen not get hit as hard as a lot of these other coins, because again, these people have like a bigger mission. They're holding through these dips because again they believe in like a bigger vision for it. That's not the first bag that they're cheating. Same thing with Doge, for example. The reason why it hasn't gotten hit like too crazy. So I think if you have dry powder, I think now's the time. There's some crazy discounts. I know right now, scary. Might think, oh, are we going to go down for another 2 to 3 months? Anything can happen, but like I said, everything chart-wise and fundamentally is pointing to higher prices, not just like next year, but like in the short term as well. I think most of this correction is done. And if you're able to act, responsibly, obviously we might not go up. It might take a week or maybe 2. But if you have some dry powder, I think now is the time to definitely be buying a lot of the conviction, like high quality stuff. But Tesla guy, what is it? Down about 10%. Isn't True Social go to DJT?
I mean, yesterday $1 trillion got wiped from the market.
I think it was $1 trillion in the overall crypto market cap. Yeah.
No, it was stocks. That was just stock market. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's. I think
Are they like trying to acquire some like exchange?
Who is?
Oh yeah.
DJT?
Yeah, no, they were trying to. I think it was like whatever. It was like a rumor
or something.
Wait,
a
no,
rumor.
what was that? What was the rumor?
They were in rumors to be buying an exchange. I forgot what it was called, but
Like
DJT was buying an exchange.
DJT, the company,
like Trump's company, right? Like his exchange, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. DJT is his technology company.
Yeah, we got to talk about. Got to talk about that after.
Bet. Go to Pepe. Wow. What is that? Okay, like 40%. Nothing too crazy. Go to the hour chart for Pepe. And yeah, guys, I came in here late, but if you guys have any questions, comments, I will start checking the chat right now. Let's see, Pepe hour chart. Yeah, I would just look for some consolidation across the board on a lot of these things. But I like I said, early next year or sooner, I think we're gonna see some quick recoveries on these things. Doge.
Have you seen that chart? Which Rhodes and I were talking about this.
Oh wow, nice.
10% today.
That's awesome. Yeah, almost back to all-time highs.
Sui is definitely gonna be a winner of the cycle for sure.
Yeah, already has been. Usually, like what we've seen, like the coins that perform well during the first beginning of the quote unquote cycle, usually continue to perform well. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And I think Lo-Fi is the winner on Sui for memes.
Yeah, Lo-Fi's definitely been the winner for sure.
How do you buy memes on Sui? What's the best? How do you?
I just use Sui Swap and like this standard Sui wallet. You could like.
Yeah, the wallet's literally called Sui Wallet.
Yeah, it's honestly really fast. It's a little weird, but it's so fast.
I mean, Sui is a really fast chain. Like they're probably one of the fastest chains.
You can sign into the wallet with your email too, which is pretty crazy. But
yeah, super easy, super secure, really simple, and really fast.
Yeah, maybe I gotta buy some Lo-Fi. I feel like
honestly, it's a good time to buy. I might load up a little more, honestly.
But yeah.
Any more alts? We've been running alts for like an hour now. So
Yeah, if you guys have any quick ones, we can definitely go over it. Right now we're at 11. We should probably move on to memes and NFTs in a second.
should we run NFTs? NFTs kind of been hot. That's the
Yeah.
real alpha. We were talking about
Yeah, we can do NFTs first today since they kind of have taken the show. We'll go over memes if you guys do happen to have to get off before we go to memes again. The name of the game right now is your high conviction stuff that's really, has good communities that have at least like 3+ months in the game. That's the stuff you want to be buying right now. We'll go over individual coins if we have time. We should.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's take it away, brother.
Oh, he's muted.
I am muted. We talked a lot about NFTs a lot off the hop. Really, this token meta, as I mentioned, it gets a bit frothy. It gets a bit risky in the sense that there are some projects that are aiming to release tokens that I think don't necessarily project well for them. And so with that, we have to be aware of kind of the increased potential risk with NFTs in the sense of maybe some downside in the event that some of these tokens don't go well. But with that, there's going to continue to be speculation around tokens, token airdrops. Doodles is the latest one with the speculation. It rallied up 70%. I'm trying to refresh my dashboard. It is going here. So with that, they rallied quite a bit. Wild to see, considering that all the positive narrative news that was around Doodles couldn't move the floor above 2 ETH. Now just a bit of token speculation, and they're running. I'm not sure how Doodles token fits in the grand scheme of things. They don't fit as well as something like Pengu does, right? So don't expect anything wild like Pengu. But I the team itself, Julian, etc. There's a lot of quality behind it. I think this one should be successful. But when it comes to things, the secondary ones like Cool Cats trying to drop another token, and some of these other collections, there's a bit. That's where I'm saying that this gets a little kind of silly season with that. So make sure you're looking for quality projects that don't have an official token yet, that sort of thing. You can see
I think it's situational, right? It's like the quality projects will create like way bigger airdrops, where like something like Cool Cats, which I watched their cartoon the other day. Like I could see, like it's actually pretty high quality. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's kind of like actually entertaining. But I could, something like Cool Cats probably have a smaller airdrop, I'd imagine.
For sure. I mean, it's just based on floor price and volume.
Yeah.
And what do you think the Doodle's going to call their token? Dudes or what?
Yeah, that's what I've struggled with. Like, what is the token?
The
Doodle token?
DOD.
Yeah. Before you go
it's
on,
not as memeable, right? Like that's the challenge with that token.
I think this week I really discovered the big question is like why a lot of these NFTs need coins in general, and most again are just going to be liquidity events because there's not actual legitimate operators to bring like value and attention and partnerships and all this different stuff that maybe the Pudgies, the Azukis, and VFriends, all these actual good operators can do. So if you're wondering about the whole token NFT stuff, I could probably link it under the post like when we're done. But Luca Nets had the interview with the Amika chick, and he was talking about how they plan to implement the token into the toys where in their Pudgy World game, where you can essentially buy the toy for $10. There'll be like these traits attached to them that you can use in the Pudgy World that you can sell for a few bucks, essentially. And it's like you're buying a toy for 10 and getting $4 or $5 back, or you can use them in the game, stuff like that. So where like people are going to be able to use the token to just like get rewards, blah 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 stuff. These different NFTs that have like a physical product, there's like a real way they can use the token. And again, like I'm butchering it, definitely go watch that video. And then Rhodes sent me the interview with Wale and what's his name, Zagamond, also really good. He touches on a lot of the same stuff on why tokenization makes sense for these brands. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, I agree. I think a lot of these like smaller coins, everybody's going to come out with a coin. A lot of them are just going to be pump and dumps because there's not actual like stuff, to back it up or to build partnerships and all that. But sorry for interrupting. Keep going.
No worries. That was a good tangent, and also excellent segue in the sense that I think Anime Token and Azuki, they kind of need to move, get ahead of maybe some of the other token chaos that's happening. So I would love to see that happen, because they're the one that has the next best product market fit for a token, etc., and one that we could see, the similar type of move that we saw with Pudgies. So that's the one I'm still most bullish on, is the Zuki ecosystem. Doodles have seen this kind of move already. We'll have to see how that one plays out. I think there's still opportunity once that official announcement kind of comes forth with them. But overall, a bit of a retracement in volumes to be expected. Still want to see strong volumes here on NFTs, etc. We'll say that NFTs are the real bright spot when it comes to the market in general, where we see the most green. But overall, everything looking pretty healthy. Want to take a look at the index. Index is retraced a bit, mostly due to Pudgy Penguin's ecosystem, as it's just strictly reflective of NFT prices. But once we get in and look at the daily movements here, just a ton of green across the board. Again, Doodles tease a token that causes them to rally up as high as I think about 8 ETH, settling in around 7 ETH here, and that has kind of fueled more kind of token activity. Cool Cats with a bit of cryptic on there. Of course, Azuki's going to continue to move slowly as they kind of
11
push
ETH?
towards
Crazy.
it. Yeah, so they're up to 11 now. Wasn't long ago that they were trading in this like 4 or 5 ETH and lagging everything else. And so they've done a clean over 2x since then.
Wow.
And then Doodles has done nearly, well, at least a 3x on Doodles. So this speculation has really driven the market. Of course, apes haven't done it on the sole fact that they have ApeCoin and not any token expectation. Sappy Seal is another one that's kind of rallied on token speculation, even though they've already kind of done one. Moonbirds as well. I could kind of see that one happening just as another way for Yuga to drive some liquidity. So if you just look at the kind of economics of it all, I think it's certainly possible. The talons and all that kind of stuff has been kind of teased for a while. So, that one almost makes a little bit more sense to me, even though Moonbirds as a collection is a dinosaur relic more than anything else, just given the history behind it. But at one point in time it was a 20 ETH NFT. So crazier things can be said there. But yeah, overall, just really positive on the market.
And read a comment right now, Rotes. Supple up. New to NFTs, is there value buying number 1 NFTs in a collection versus number 1,000, 1,500? I'm assuming you're saying rarity. What do you think, Rotes? I mean,
yeah, if it's specifically numerical, no. 69, 69, that kind of stuff, definitely not. But when it comes to rarity, sure. And especially when you're gonna get this rally. So for instance, when Doodles was on this kind of rumor rally, picking up some rares is a very astute play because those rares are going to be underpriced, and then you can kind of come in and sell them afterwards. But otherwise, I'm still kind of in favor of floor buys, or at least aesthetic floors. So paying close to floor for something that is aesthetically pleasing, even though it's maybe a common item, and that's just going to give you the ability to move that when the time comes. But we haven't seen a ton of trait buying and rare buying yet. I know it started to occur a bit across collections, but for the most part, that whole advanced collectability hasn't been there yet this cycle. It will get there.
So what you're essentially sorry to interrupt. So what you're essentially trying to say, so say someone is like really bullish on like the mid and long term of a project, like they think Pudgies are going back to all, I don't know, wait, Pudgies kind of are at, let's say they think Bored Apes are going back to all-time highs, right? In ETH next year. And that you're saying that, and again, they're going to buy and hold for like 5 or 6 months. You're saying it's a good idea to probably buy rares now while the market's not completely exploding, because those are kind of undervalued. Maybe not right now, but a few weeks ago they're undervalued. So you want to be buying kind of when hype's kind of low, the rares, and then you can sell them for a lot more.
Not
when they're
exactly.
easier.
No, I would say during a rally, right? So if there's all of a sudden like yesterday, Zuki gets the rumor of a token and it rallies really fast. I think gravitating towards some higher end, floor and higher end, it kind of makes sense. But like if you're to look at apes and to try to accumulate ape rares right now, I don't think that's your best move. I think grabbing a couple floor versus a rare is probably still kind of the move. Allows you to sell and take profits and that kind of sort of thing as well. So I wouldn't focus in any, again, even if you're like specifically if you're new to NFTs as well. Buying your floors, but buying floors that look nice. I think are always good, because if you got a floor that just kind of looks ridiculous, if you can kind of use your mutant example, it becomes harder to sell that if things are slow and you need to get some liquidity. That tends to be the NFT that kind of hangs on the floor as other ones near the floor move. So that's the only advice I would give when it comes to floors, is try to pick one that looks nice, even if it is the most common one out there. But don't reach well above floor just to pick one that looks nice. That's the thing. So, but I would still focus on floor. At this point, what I'm saying is we haven't seen rares kind of that whole collecting and buying rares and flipping and moving traits and all that kind of stuff. We haven't seen that quite as strong as what we've seen in the past. It probably definitely still occurs, but hasn't, like, there used to be this thing about mid rares and all that kind of stuff, and you make these trades throughout the collection. That whole dynamic hasn't been quite as crazy because we just don't quite see the degree of NFT trading collectability that we've seen in the past.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's good to hear, because that's what I've been doing since the beginning, is just buying stuff on the floor for the most part, but that looks pretty clean. So that's good to hear. Yeah, so I think we should probably move on to memes in a second. I got one
last thing to say, and it's just to rub it in Danksy's face here more than anything. Pudgy Penguins, 17.5 ETH, on Friday. What got as low as about 15 ETH. That Pudgy move post token. I think it was pretty clear. I don't know if you took the bet on Polymarket or not.
I did.
You did?
I won $4 and couldn't get enough liquidity.
But
I won $11. I actually won $11. So I will give you.
What was the bet?
And think about you.
Will they be under 25 ETH by Friday? Which was like so obvious to me. I mean, they just. I figured they would be less than apes as well, and I think they currently are less than apes. Yeah. And so even that I would have probably taken as a pretty obvious bet, is less than apes, but less than 25 was pretty clear.
How much
Izuki, if they do something here, they might take the top spot, huh?
It's possible.
For like a week though. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, what if it's just like comes with a bunch? I don't know. It's just like, who knows? I feel like it's wide open right now, where if like people can like either of these three, apes, Izuki, or Pudgies can like do some continuous stuff for months, they can kind of really pull away. I feel like
don't fade doodles in that group. Just given the fact that they're hinting a token and can still gain some.
And if they have the most IRLs, they have like Pharrell doing all like stuff. They had that. I saw Min, or what's his name? Min? Am I saying that right? The Izuki like guy. He has the Izuki PFP. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. But he had a video where he went to the film festival, where they were premiering the Doodle movie, which looked pretty sick. It was like Lil Yachty and Pharrell and stuff were making the music for it.
Maybe they could do Happy Token. Hey, that one kind of fits.
Happy.
But I think you any one of these. I mean, in terms of upside, I think Izuki probably total dollar value upside is the one that stands out. As anime token, a token that should land really strong. I would look at Izuki. Now, Beans probably on the lower end. Above Elementals to me are more interesting. I think they should get rewarded equal, if not more, than Elementals. And so, there's probably a little bit of upside there. And then Doodles, Pudgies, Ape ecosystem. These were the kind of the leaders last cycle. I think they're the strong plays this cycle. Most everything else, it's a lot of speculation on tokens, and then it's a success of the upper few just kind of rising all tides kind of thing.
Absolutely. Well said. Before we move on to meme
Thanks.
coins, I do want to touch on the meme coin NFTs right now. Things are getting if you want to go to ETH, meme coin NFTs first. Things are getting capitulated like crazy. Sproto Gremlins. I picked up my 5th yesterday at like 1.1 ETH. Even if you don't believe in the meme coin super cycle thesis or meme coin NFT thesis, these are going to go to at least 5 ETH next year. I'm thinking way higher, probably 10, 20 ETH plus, I still think, because again, the convergence of meme coins, which are the most relevant and will continue to be the most relevant thing in crypto next year, with NFTs, which are going to a bull market. When you can have the convergence of those with a 3,000 NFT project, with the strongest meme coin NFT, I do think these are going way higher. This is just an example. And meme coin NFTs
Good entry
across the
spot.
board. Yeah, exactly. Meme coin, and not only that, is just that looks like really nice correction on the chart. If there's ones like Aeons, which again are a little bit higher price at 0.73, just crazy. Apu's probably the biggest value buy. Even if you go to the Solana ones right now, the one like the biggest no brainer I would think is Zero Born. Zero Bro is here to stay. I think it's going to go to $1 billion on this next run.
Zero Bro is doing well. The token.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it today. Is it pumping?
40% today. Or
100%?
40.
Oh, okay, good shit.
I mean,
yeah,
it's
once it breaks,
but
once this breaks above this next move up, I think the Zero Born NFTs are going to make new all-time highs above 10. But I do think really, really soon here we're going to start to see what I've been saying, this meme coin NFT meta start to catch on heavily. And for that reason, I think Zero Born from here is going to outpace the coin by multiples. I think so far it's been kind of tracking the coin, pretty kind of correlated. For little bits, the NFT's up more. But yeah, I do think right now you have 10 SOL laying around. You can pick up 4 or 5 of these, sell on the way up. I think there's going to be a really nice flip here in the next few weeks. I have 10 or 15 of these. I'll definitely sell a few on the way up, but I do think long term. What'd you say?
The move here is to do some bids.
Okay.
Try to get some floor bids on here in this like 2.8 range, which is like a SOL lower, in this kind of similar range to where we're seeing it bottom out. You can get a few bids in there on that. I think that's worthwhile.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, I think the meme coin NFT thing is going to catch on soon, and Zero Born's a no brainer. I mean, what we see a DGOD at last cycle in Sol? Obviously, Sol wasn't as high, but DGOD was at like 300 SOL or some shit. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 3. Okay, that's the Magic Eden's charts different, but the at one point it was at 200 or 300 SOL. I think we could see a Zero Born NFT at 50 plus SOL. It's really hard to value these things. One, because I was not a crazy NFT person last time, and then 2, these meme coin NFTs are just super new. But I could definitely see it like 20 to 50 SOL next year. And then even cheaper ones like Yakubs, Luces, stuff like that. There's really not a lot of meme coin NFTs out yet. But again, just like the token meta is coming out now, I do think the meme coin NFT meta is going to be strong next year. So you can pick up some of these for pennies. You have 5 SOL laying around. These aren't my favorite NFT. But you have people like David, whatever his name, I forgot his name. David, he is a consultant for MoonPay or whatever. He's sporting one of these on his PFP.
The funny part is I know you guys have said this a few times that you don't like the Luces. I like these more than some of the other ones, for whatever reason. So like NFTs, it can be eye of the beholder sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas I think these are still kind of interesting.
Cool. Yeah. No, I mean,
in their own way.
What'd you say? Sorry.
I say in their own way. They kind of like, to me, like I said, I think I don't mind them actually.
Yeah, and it's really about like the community themselves. Like even if they don't look the greatest, like objectively, the community loves them. And I think again, a lot of these people don't even realize there's NFTs in the projects and whatever. Once this thing starts to come hot, you're going to start to see a ton of these people, a lot of these projects have 20, 30, 50,000 holders, and then there's like 5, 6, 7,000 NFTs. So a lot of demand just from the community itself. So yeah, super excited to see that come.
I got one pulled up, Alusis, that is super awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Super clean.
Danksy's just a hater on him mostly, but
What do you mean? What
I'm
is
just
this?
kidding. I kind of agreed with you that they don't look the greatest, but you remember you were like, "Yo, those are ugly." Literally when
If I was gonna buy something,
the
I'd buy
heck?
the Eon, the Aeons,
sorry, Danksy, this shit was just funny. What'd you say?
the Aeons.
What about them? You're gonna buy them? I would do it.
Those are the ones I think the art is kind of funny.
Yeah, I can see
This
those.
one on-
next
This
year.
one on the floor looks like a rare. No?
That shit's crazy.
That one's kind of nice. That one's like
This one's-
actually a,
this
like a
one's
top text,
sick.
bottom text meme. Like one
Right?
of those
Like,
like
isn't
2012
this-
memes.
Yeah, isn't this worth some serious cash?
Cop it from
How-
me, Roats, right now. I'll pay you back.
I don't have Soul in my wallet. I need to move it over, but
Somebody
I'll
get
cop it
that.
right now.
honestly,
Give me a
this is
second.
the one. This is the one.
Literally me when I bear false witness. Sick. But
How's
yeah,
it not a super rare? What's going on? What is the
Yeah,
rare one?
there's no. I don't see
I'm
any other
telling
ones.
you, this shit's
Oh.
being slept on so hard. The meme coin NFT meta, like people
File
think
it.
there
this
are.
is.
There's
Just
lots
give me
of
a second.
text there.
Just give me 1 second.
They don't realize like what's coming with this meme coin
What
NFT
is
shit.
Lucis?
That's what I'm saying. Not only you can get these for pennies, but some rares are probably like near the floor on like all of these. That one's kind of cleaner. I don't know.
Yeah,
No,
that
the
one
yellow
isn't.
is so funny.
I mean, that one's cleaner, but I kind of like the other one better.
See, they're not terrible. And I bet you if the price was like 5 Soul, you'd love them.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, we done our NFT run.
yeah.
Or we got
Let's.
more?
Anything else on
Want
NFTs?
to run
I
a
think
room reset?
Yeah, let's do a room reset real quick. I pulled up late, but if you guys have come in the last 30 minutes or so, my name is Bren. We run this show twice a week, usually at Friday at 10 a.m. PST, like we did today, and then Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST. We go over everything that's going on in the crypto market this week: NFTs, crypto. I'm sorry, the majors, alts, memes. This week, has been, definitely pretty crazy. Again, it's exciting to get a show where everything's not up only. We get a nice little change, but yeah, we got, as long as here, I spent a lot of my time, my Twitter. I'm actually locked out of my Twitter. I should be getting it back soon. Been working getting it back for a while, but I spent a lot of my time in the Telegram in Boss Man Calls, which is a group that I run with my business partner, Boss Man. I post all my analysis streams, do a bunch of stuff in there. So definitely check that out. And then we got my boys for Loco,
you want me to
Danksy.
hop in here for Virtually Labs?
Yeah. I'm sorry. What do you say?
Here, I got you, Bren. No, appreciate you guys coming on. We didn't get Boss Man on here, but the time zone difference. But Virtually Labs, Roats is one of the analysts here. Me and Loco, one of the co-founders with Porchilla. Small NFT community, around 1,000. But really we're focused on, similar with Bren, just trading, right? Providing great alpha, whether it's stocks, equities, bonds, real estate. We do some Bitcoin mining on the side. And then later on, we're really focused on the AI stuff right now, like Loco said on Tuesday. Really looking for AI developers, pushing the AI meta, and trying to figure out this AI agent stuff, which I think is pretty big. Not just on the meme coin side, but in the future, just providing agents with the ability to transact with wallets and building that infrastructure out. So we're really looking for developers there and people visionary to lead that charge on the development side. And then how to find us, like Brent said before, I think I tagged all of our Twitters on the post. And then this is also streamed on the Virtually Labs account and also on YouTube. I think YouTube doesn't have as many views, but appreciate you guys. We do this every week, Tuesday, Fridays. Not sure what we're doing next week, but consistency is the key for us. And we've been doing this for like 6 months now.
Something like that, yeah. Close to that. I think July. Yeah, so 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely follow everybody on there. We're doing it through the Bridge3 Labs account right now. We're potentially probably going to do it through my account eventually. But follow everybody on the panel. I don't say Tuesday is what? Is that Christmas Tuesday?
No, I think
Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Really?
Christmas is Wednesday.
Awesome. Yeah, we can talk about if we'll do Christmas Eve or not. I'm open to it. But if we happen to not, we will be back next week on Friday. To get back to it. But yeah, meme coins. Let's go over meme
check
coins.
Check the looses. It's gone.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
Did you
I don't know.
got it?
I copped it. I don't know how
Nice.
it's not. The yellow is a 1% trait.
Is it?
I'm telling you, bro. When they
That's
hit,
pretty sweet.
The yellow
year when they
plus the
hit.
bear fault witness is a 1% and a 2% trait.
Telling you, bro. These fools don't realize this NFT.
You know, like that's the thing about NFTs is they are so fun to go shopping.
Yeah.
Dude,
You
I'm
know.
gonna post on X.
Definitely, yeah. The meme or the NFT discords and stuff that I'm in have been a nice escape from the fucking craziness in the chats. It gets dark during these times for sure. I don't know if you guys notice. It's definitely different vibes. Like all jokes aside, definitely different vibes. Just overall when the market's down.
What do you think, Bren? You and Yon are the bull posters. How far do you think Lucis can go?
Bull posters? No, I don't know, bro. Like I said, it's really hard to value these meme coin NFTs, but I think they're at pennies right now. I think they're gonna, a lot of these are going to be up 10, 20, 30x. You're going to see like crazy gains from here because again, they're at like one soul. A lot of these are like 2,000-3,000 collections, like the Luces and stuff. I think maybe Luces is 7, but yeah, no, I think they're like at pennies right now. Anything with any type of community, I think is at pennies right now. There's especially because there's a few of them out, and obviously a lot of them won't be sustainable pumps. I'm sure there's bundles. There's probably people holding 3, 4, 500 of these, stuff like that. But the legit ones that continue to have a coin attached to it that's going to continue to pump, I think are at fucking pennies right now. So yeah, like the Luces, I don't know what are they at 0.5. I could see them at 5, 10, 15 each soul, something like that. But again, I'm just talking out of my ass because I don't really know how to value these things like that. What do you think, Rhodes?
I tend to agree. I think especially on the meme NFTs, I think there's a ton of movement that can occur when these memes themselves, meme coins are rallying. And so if we believe in memes really being a super cycle, which I think we're still prior to all of that happening, right? Then there's just a ton of upside for the NFTs that go along with it, and it gives you that ability to kind of cult in to the community more by representing through an NFT or buying an NFT even if you don't rep it, just giving you that personality in the Discord, whatever the case may be. It creates that bond to the meme coin, etc. So I think the successful meme coins will NFTs with them are going
to and to expand a little bit on my answer earlier, I do think the top meme coin NFT projects are going to be at the top of NFTs in general. Like I truly do believe that it's crazy to sound right now because they are at 1 ETH, but I do think Sprotos, again, because of how slept on the meme coin NFT meta is versus how crazy it's going to be next year, I think Sprotos are going to be up there with the top 5, 10 maybe, but I still think the top 5 floors overall in meme coins, and then stuff like the Pond NFT and stuff like the top coveted ones are going to be up there in NFTs in general. But as far as like the Luces and stuff like that, it's super undervalued. I think you could safely, sweep 5 or 10 of them and have a nice flip on the way up. Maybe hold a few, for the long run.
Right,
maybe
cops up.
Some Luces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luces.
I have a few right now, but I should probably buy more. The floor on that, I think the only movement on the pond is that floor went from like 167 to 162. But besides that, it's been pretty stagnant since the
and good quality on the floor as well, which is nice to see. Right, we got finally shuffled out some of the ones that were a little less desirable, and I think for the most part, everything is pretty good at or near the floor.
Right on. Yeah, I like that. The one with the crown looks nice. Yeah, so wait, is there only one more dropping?
No, I think they're all out.
Okay. I don't know if you saw what I sent yesterday about I think it was either the artist or like the vlog page liking that tweet about the 10K PFP collection.
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel
Yeah.
like that's coming.
I think a FOG NFT collection would crush no matter what, regardless if it has the meme coin with it, just given the quality of the art and what can be done with it. So, if that were to happen, I think that's a winner for sure, and actually could help the meme coin as well. So
Yeah.
overall, excellent. I mean, everything that is being put out by Groot is just like super high quality. He's a phenomenal artist.
Right on. Yeah, I definitely want to pull up some memes. Yoni, are you still with us, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
What's some stuff you've been looking at? I know you've probably been mostly
The past 48 hours, I've been trying not to look at all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
But AIXBT is the only thing that's like AIXBT and ARC have been saving my port. ARC has been so strong yesterday, especially, and AIXBT right now just crossed 300 million, so it's literally unbothered. And we were
That's
all
fire. Go to
really hype on that. You can pull it.
Go to AI's XBT. Fuck
Look
yeah,
at-
dude.
Jeez,
Let's go.
it's
Can't-
rallying.
Let's go. Yeah, Yoni and I like bought the fucking bottom of that shit.
Super bullish on this coin still. Super bullish on buying it still. I'll be adding to this. I'll be taking my Brett position and DCAing it into this over and over and over again.
If it pushes this,
we'll talk about that.
300 mil. If it pushes
was
this
that?
300 mile, it's gonna just.
You're gonna DCA it. We can talk about it. You're gonna DCA in at the all-time highs like this.
I'm
Bro,
gonna
that's
just
how
keep-
bullish he is. He's just
I'm super
buying,
bullish
he's
on
just
this
buying
coin.
the local top.
I'm buying like if it dips again back down, I'll probably keep adding more. I'll add more the more it dips. I just believe in this coin. I believe that 500 million is imminent soon. I think 1 billion follows. I mean, I think it crossed 100K followers. It's like if I'm not going to be bullish on this AI coin, then what am I going to be bullish on as far as AI agents? It's on base, virtuals, first mover on virtuals.
No, yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna go up.
Everything. It's like,
everything but the hourly looks good.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. I just
Fair enough. Yeah, so maybe I'll wait on that, but you know the vibes.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree. It's definitely going way higher. Yeah,
And
love
then
to
you
see
can pull
that.
up zero. You can pull up Zero Bowen as well, and look at ARC, man. ARC was showing like I don't know, arguably the most strength against this crash.
Zero, bro, you passed it, but I don't know if you're looking for Arc or Zero, bro. But
I was looking for zero, bro.
425, nice.
Like we like that. That's strength.
Yeah, if we can just break it with this consolidation at 5, it's going to be
Right.
off the raises. Yeah, they announced a partnership with AI16Z
Right.
yesterday and all that. I think it just comes down to
Catalyst.
they've already shown that they can produce viral stuff with the music and all that. So I think that's all this
They're
shit is about.
playing in viral territory. Exactly. Like they're playing in viral territory, and any catalyst you see just makes it explode. So like it's almost like at this point you're just waiting for a feature to happen, like something IRL to happen with any artist or something, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
It was in the process of breaking out prior to this kind of flash crash. So I think,
It's on its way
makes a
regardless.
lot of sense that it's pushing right now.
Right.
I'd love to see it break at 500.
Pull up ARC quick if you can, because that shit was fucking saving me yesterday.
Curry says, what do you think about Sol NFTs? Like I said, Curry, you can find some great discounts right now. I think most of the meme coin NFTs are on Sol right now, but yeah, I think both ETH and Sol are going to have some good opportunities as far as that goes.
Bren, what do you think of this chart?
It could be starting a bigger, like a higher time frame correction. Could be starting a higher time frame correction right now, and probably make a few more lows. But I mean, it looks pretty good on the higher time frames. I probably wouldn't buy until it gives it another second.
I was wondering whether I should pull some.
How much are you up? Like percentage wise?
Maybe like 3x. That's
Yeah,
why it's kind of teetering on that line, which kind of made it hard for me to make a decision quick.
Yeah, I don't know ARC. I don't know too much about ARC to have like crazy conviction other than the chart. But I mean, I'd imagine it probably continues higher, but it could just be forming a bigger correction right now, right? It's already down 30. This could turn into a 50-60% correction, like the one from 150 to 100 or 75, whatever that is.
Right.
So overall, I mean, chart looks bullish. This is what you want to be seeing, right? Like explosive moves up and then corrections like every week or so,
right?
Every week or two. So overall, it looks good, but I need to study it more. Darnitsky says, "What do you think about UFD? Go to UFD. That's actually a big one this week."
Yeah, it's true. That was everything this week. Rachel missed out on $2 million. She
Oh,
bought
her
it
tweet.
at 100K. You saw her tweet. She bought it
Yeah,
at
that
100K.
sucks.
She sent me that in the morning. I literally just was so sad.
Yeah, that does.
She bought in at 100K and sold because she was getting chopped up.
So yeah, so this is its first major correction. If you go back to the chart you were on, actually, this is fine. Whatever. Yeah, so it's first major correction. Really, like this is like do or die time for these coins in the first major correction. Either they prove to be like have a real community where people actually give a fuck about it, it consolidates and then goes higher, or it just bleeds out and gets farmed or whatever. So it's kind of do or die time. I don't know too much. Again, this is another narrative that I don't know too much about to really have strong conviction in, other than the chart. But it is corrective, as you can see, very low or no consolidation before coming down. And then it has been consolidating for about a day now at that low that he just drew. So, if it chops for a few more days here, this definitely could be the bottom, and then it could run higher. I mean, what's like a real 10, 15-second explanation? What's the lore behind this?
It is Mr. Boomer, guy
Right.
pictured on the right, who doesn't believe in crypto or anything like that, decides to create himself a meme coin. And he streams every day. Like this one was an obvious cook right from the get-go.
Yeah.
It's his meme coin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's this
crypto
guy,
But he's just making
Crypto
hella
Twitter
money.
started
on this
going
shit.
nuts with it. Yeah, crypto
and he
Twitter
still holds a bag on it. And yeah,
Is he
just
selling?
doesn't. He heard about fart and he didn't believe in like these meme coins, and he created his own. Went through the whole process, and he sold some. I don't know the update on where he currently holds, but no, it's like everything about this is great as long as he is active on it.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, I love this one.
I
But
keep missing these.
yeah, it's like the boomer.
There's gonna
This
be a
one was
million
this one was
every
brought
day
up.
in the what?
This one was brought up on Coffee with Captain, was it? Something like that. I mean, it was brought up a few days ago at like the 60 mil range.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And, yeah.
Wasn't there another one like I feel like there was another old guy too, right? Like kind of started an old guy meta for a bit. Like
Yeah, there was a few of them that came out yesterday.
Well,
What'd you say?
this is the only old guy one that really matters.
there was-
It's
there
good though when you see when you see multiple of the same in the meta, that means it shows strength to the original.
Yeah, no, for sure. Derivatives get dicey. But go to Harambe real quick.
Ugh.
It's right there. 16 million Harambe, just fucking no brainer. Just go to your Jupiter, go max buy Harambe and just fucking send it. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, like no brainer buy right now. This is unless the market completely collapses, Harambe in like a meme coin, not even a meme coin super cycle, just a strong meme coin fucking run is gonna, there's no way it doesn't go to the multiple hundreds of millions. So, I'm still buying. Yeah, unfortunately, Harambe, like every time it gets to these all-time highs, the market itself just like starts to take a shit. But I do think it's going to go to the hundreds of millions, potentially a billion if we get deep into next year, the meme coin mania. So, damn, you have some good ones up there, Rotes. Dolan's great. Rect, go to Rect really quick. It's up below that. Super interesting one. I do have the Rect guy. I bought it after the token thing, but super cool what they're doing. Obviously like just being driven by different partnerships and stuff that OSF Rect and all them are doing. I think they're great, and I think they're going to continue to bring attention, partnerships, all that. They're very well connected in crypto in general to probably 100 millions, pretty high, but I could see it going higher next year.
I'd love to see this one rally on all red days.
Yeah,
Right.
The Rec token. Come on, it's so obvious.
it's
This is a great bear market token, really. But like, no, I mean, it's a great meme. I love the.
I like it in the way I like vlog too. They like put out a lot of cool content
Yeah.
with the Rect guy art every day, like the Diamond Nuts one yesterday. That was sick. But yeah, really, I'm bullish on Rect guy. I'm surprised the NFTs haven't really moved yet. What do you think on that? You think there's a play on that, like where they'll go to a couple ETH and the strength of the NFT bull? The Rect guy. NFTs.
I think I missed that. So to
No,
buy
my bad. I was saying the Rect Guy NFTs, like on the strength of NFT Bull. Do you think those go to multiple, like couple ETH next year?
I mean, they've gotten close already, and OSF and Rec Team have been nothing but building. They have their own drink brand, all that kind of stuff. So when it comes to they're really slept on, I think, in that sense, where like so much of what they're doing is actually pretty good. And then when it comes to OSF and his knowledge in crypto in general is pretty strong. So I think it's a fairly safe kind of floor play overall. The reward that holders got for having Rect or buying the Rect drinks on this Rect token was also really good. So technically, they were the first when it comes to the token meta, and they did it really well. So I'm pretty positive on the team in general.
Hell yeah. Darnitsky says, "You see, Moo did a claim on did a claim with Magic Eden today. What does that mean?" Yeah, I don't know what that
Like
means.
the
coin. Yeah, I said that they did a claim with Matt Darnitsky. If you want to elaborate a little bit on that, I don't know what that means, but Moo is MUMU.
Oh, maybe that's why I wasn't seeing it.
A claim on Magic Eden. I don't know if he means like the NFTs because they already had NFTs for a few months. But wow, oh shit. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably recover with everything else. That's a lot of consolidation on Moo. Not my favorite setup versus a lot of the other ones. But it's probably going to recover after a bit of consolidation. Go to Retardio really quickly. There's so many coins that are down. Crazy.
Yeah, I've been getting killed on all the Colts, honestly.
Everything's getting fucked, though. Besides,
is Murad coins dead? Is that the story?
No, they're the greatest fucking time to buy. Go, obviously, the ones minus USA coin, I don't know anything about that. Go to 8 hour.
Right? USA coin is just like...
Yeah, I don't know shit about
he's
that.
talking out of his ass, bro. What do you mean?
What?
He's just talking out of his ass.
Is that what you're on? Is that what you really believe about the thesis?
Dude, I think every couple months someone comes in and throws out coins and it pumps, and then now they're like the profit for like 3 months.
Yeah, I have such an interesting conversation about this too. Me and Bren go back and forth about this type of stuff. I think like part of it is going to be self-fulfilling prophecies, and I think part of it will be true. I guess to your point that every cycle people will kind of have an instinct on stuff, and they'll be part of the reason why it goes. But I don't know, with AI, sentient memes, utility memes, I just think that
again, it's not about who the person in. We have this conversation a lot. It's like it's not about who the person is behind it. I mean, again, I would venture everybody to go actually watch the talk. 90% of the people I talk to like literally haven't even watched it, so they don't even understand the theory itself. Again, it's not about like Murad's crazy list. It's about like these 10 coins that have these quote unquote cult like dynamics that we're already seeing right now. The only reason XRP is up right now like crazy because it's the craziest cult. And
no, I don't think anyone debates that. But I don't think anyone debates that like a cult dynamic is what will drive the price up and prevent sell pressure. I think that's like universally agreed. I think it's just more about like when you say maybe that all of the Colts will outperform these types of things, or these will be absolutely all of the best Colts as he knew it at that point will be the best performing assets all around. I mean, I guess we'll see, but it just seems that as the days go on, as the months go on, as certain memes, as new projects come out and show a lot of strength, that may or may not be true for some of these Colts, you know?
Yeah, I think again, you were just judging it by like a 1 month time where these quote unquote cult coins went up like 50x, and then the AI coins are kind of going on a run.
Well, the AI coins didn't even exist, right? They didn't even really exist yet.
Yeah, exactly. So the AI coins kind of started a meta. AI coins kind of started a meta right as these other ones started to correct.
Right.
But again, it's just historically Doge, XRP, whatever. It's not about what's gonna outperform whatever. It's about what coins have the best shot to get to and sustain 20, 30, 50 billion market cap coins. And a lot of these coins you talk about don't have the supply distribution to get there. Well, not that they can't get there where I feel like confident enough to throw a bunch of money in versus these coins. But yeah, again, I think we're just judging off like a 1 or 2 month period where the cult coins happen to correct. And then this AI meta came out of nowhere. I think both of them are going to do well, but it's about what coins have the cult like dynamics where people aren't going to sell at 22, 3, 5 billion been around the time they have this crazy content coming out. I think it's, again, you got to break down what a cult means. And there's just a lot more substance there versus a lot of these coins that are 2 or 3 months old. And again, just these dynamics that have historically shown that these coins can go to those 20, 30, 50 billion market cap coins. Doesn't mean that all these other ones aren't going to go up as well. But yeah,
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Danksy and Rhodes, I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, I want to add to there. What I see in terms of meme coins is it mirrors the NFT cycle last run, right? You get these pockets of narrative and these KOLs that kind of have a thesis, and then everyone kind of chases that, runs on that. I think with Murad, he had this thesis. Everyone kind of agreed with it. It self-fulfilled in the sense that everything went up together and it really worked. I think his idea on the dynamics of what makes successful memes is pretty good. But you have this AI takeover, and the AI thesis, I think, is so strong and has always been strong across, whether it be meme coins or whether it be the stock market in general. But it's such a transformational element to the world that I think it's hard for it not to really see widespread success.
Absolutely. And I think it comes down to, it's not going to be and or, like we talk about these things like it's going to be like AI versus there's so much money that's going to be entering this space next year versus where we're at now, that both of these narratives are going to go crazy. But again, my thesis, and I think Brad's thesis,
how many of these coins can go to 10 billion?
I finish.
How many can go to 10 or 20 billion realistically though?
I don't know. Again, we talk about this a lot. A lot of the money that's going to go into those alts and the ICOs and stuff last time are going to go into these meme coins. So yeah, I think a lot of them are going to go to 10, 20, 30 billion.
And you like this whole idea of like a meme super cycle. I think, some of that's starting to happen already, right? These memes are getting into mainstream.
Yeah, we're just getting started.
And so
it's about where we're at in like March to June of 2025. Again, we're judging off of this small period of time where these, Retardio, freaking Giga, all those happen to run 20, 30, 40x. You should expect a correction no matter what, whether the AI stuff's involved or not. I think both of these metas are going to go crazy, but I still stand on that the cults, because of those dynamics and because they're creating the best content and because they been in the game for 6 to 12 months, all that adds up together. I think those are the ones that are going to get to 20, 30, 50 billion, and the ones you can throw in money with size and then still get crazy gains next year.
Fair enough.
Go ahead.
I think we're going to see a new meta soon.
What do you mean? What kind?
I don't know.
There's always going to be
if you can predict the new meta, you'd be a billionaire.
Old guy meta? Is that wrong?
I mean,
No,
there's always like new meta that comes out in the trenches that the trenches will run up, but that's like, I feel like that's hardly new meta compared.
No, I'm talking about like
something
after
serious.
AI meta. Like the last one was AI.
Right.
Maybe the one before was Murad.
Gaming.
Maybe, but like
all these things are going to pop up and run. The top leaders are going to run together next year. Like
who knows these things?
It all comes down to they're just memes, right? Like at the end of the day, is it funny? Can it go widespread? Is it viral? Like that's what's going to disrupt,
and the people driving the
run on AI or anything else. Yeah. And it definitely requires a community and or creator that can continuously pump content. Because if that isn't there, those meme coins don't seem to really get.
Yeah, and that's why Zero Bro and stuff super bullish on it, but they are really operator driven. So let's say Jeffy goes on vacation for 2 months, or like he just doesn't have anything to ship. A lot of stuff hype's gonna die down. Where a lot of these cult memes, I feel like, can go on longer sustained runs because they have people like working for their bags all day, creating new kinds of content, different stuff like that. So I think execution risk or like having strong operators is both a blessing and a curse. Very strong on the way up, but as well, when there's kind of pockets of, not shipping a bunch of stuff can create kind of bigger corrections and sell-offs, I think. But how's Bonk doing? Go to that.
Bonk was moving, I think, the other day.
Bonk's been steadily moving pretty well.
Like it was showing strength, I think, yesterday against everything else. Unless I was seeing things wrong, but I kept scrolling through Twitter seeing that.
Maybe it went down less. I don't know.
Maybe.
Today it's up a bit. But yeah, Bonk's been quiet for a minute. That's another one where they were shipping a lot of crazy stuff. They got the airdrop on this.
Bonk's a pretty good meme coin. They kind of started off the meme coin side.
Bro's bearish on Colts, but then he's like, Bonk. No, I'm just joking. No,
Bonk's
but
the phone stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Bonk's about to get fucking flipped by a lot of these coins, but I still think it's probably going to go to 510 maybe.
Unit bias though.
Gig is at a
Bonk is what's
decent buy point.
pushing it.
Gig is back at like 500, I think.
Yeah, any of these Coinbase coins, like even Moodang, I don't hold any of those. I would probably buy a lot of coins before that, like Moodang, Bonk,
under $1 billion.
Mog, any of those right now, great buys, I think. People are underestimating like the strength of like all these normies entering crypto next year, and they can just pull up their Coinbase and buy Giga instantly. Like you can't do that with 99.9% of these coins, right? But yeah, I think it's probably bottomed out here, if not soon. What about Nero? That shit's dead, huh? Which Nero? Is that the strong one?
Nero.
Fuck Nero.
Yeah, that's fucking
Yeah.
bad, bro. Oh, 400
Nero-
mil. It's not that bad.
Nero is dead.
This
I
is
made
the
it-
most. This is the most
Last reign of support here. This is
I made a
400
bag
mil.
off of the other Nero, but like this, I gotta admit, like that narrative was just like,
Bro,
crazy.
this is the most brutal.
Crazy horse.
This is the most brutal PvP in trench history,
Mhm.
Yeah, dude, because they fucking listed the wrong one.
bro. This was so brutal, and I feel like all the good guys were in the OG too.
Oh, that's how
Like,
fucked.
Everyone I was talking to had
Yeah,
supply.
dude,
and
I
they
had a
were good.
bag of the other Nero.
Me too. I had a big bag of it. So did
Yeah.
Bren. Everyone had it, and it was lit, and it was moving like crazy. And then all of a sudden, the one PvP,
Yeah, Binance
Yeah.
is just like, nah.
literally,
We dictate the rules here.
literally.
This
Yeah.
this here is meme coins in a nutshell.
Right.
Just evil.
Yeah. Yeah. SPX, Giga, Bitcoin, all those great entries right now. I think, there's probably some stuff you can buy for 5-10 million. But
Goat?
if you're trying to go in with size with like 10,
Let's talk
20,
about GOAT for a second. That's crazy.
That is crazy. Does that become a good entry there?
I mean,
Not
first
Yeah.
move, it has to. It's getting flipped left and right.
It's like 100%
yeah,
retracement from
no-brainer.
the
It's another
last move.
no-brainer buy.
This
Easy.
is crazy. Under 500, no listings yet.
Easy.
I thought Go was on Binance.
Yeah, actually, I think it is. But was it on Binance Perps or Spot?
What's the difference?
Perps
I feel
or
like- I feel
perps
like-
or futures. Spot is when you can buy the actual coin.
Yeah, I feel like Spot
This-
is a big deal. Is a much bigger deal, no?
This is what happened to Goat.
Yeah, my God.
Goats apparently fart a lot more than they goat.
Yeah,
See, let's say it comes down to like, yeah, this is AI stuff, but the one that's the most memeable and the one with the craziest like cult fucking shit behind it is pumping. Like you realize
That's always been my thought around AI is like I understand that like they're out there producing and being it, but like you still need the meme. Like the AI, the OG AIs, they are one thing, right?
it's a little bit more of
they're
an
the first,
operator
but,
play
like,
because of the dev
Yeah.
behind it shipping stuff. But yeah, no, there's a reason why Fartcoin's running is because the meme and it's a cult behind it. Like people are fucking like making fart jokes and all that shit versus like some crazy tech. So
farts were the original meme, right? They had to be.
But yeah, I love these talks. Very interesting. I know this is shit that's on everybody's mind.
Damn.
I think right now, if it has any kind of community, anything of quality, you're gonna get great entries. But just don't overthink it. There's crazy coins that are gonna 10, 20x right now. A lot of them we talked about right now.
Maybe Fartcoin was a little bit more obvious than I
Good entry.
realized.
Well, everything looks obvious when you're looking back.
Right.
Right?
But I guess that's just an interesting point you just made. But like the AI still needs the meme, and so
Yeah.
that makes this so obvious.
Dude, the
That's
AI
why
tech is
that's why
not-
Goat
is
that's
not
why
that
Goat
good.
originally ran is that it was Goat is a pretty legit meme
Right.
and it was AI got involved with it and it fit. But like,
I think
you know,
again, to touch on the cult shit again, it's like fart. Yeah, it's funny, but again, it's about like the community behind it that's driving it in the spaces, making all of that shit. There's probably been 100 fart coins before this, but yeah, obviously the AI stuff played into it. But it's just crazy to see the top one running as the one people find most funny. And
Like for Loco's going nuts on this trade.
yeah, he has a bunch, huh?
Yeah, he's going nuts on this. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, it's fire. Gordon Goner or whatever has a bunch too. The founder
Really?
of
Epic.
Bored Apes.
Bunch of Farcoin NFTs or coins?
No, the fart coin. He has 8 million. He's like a top 10 holder.
Yo, you know what we could talk about once that's scaring the shit out of me, if I'm being honest? A team that does not stop shipping. And I know that this chart ran up and was bound for a correction, but Bren, you could tell me if this is a little bit more scary than just a normal correction, because I know you're in it too. Pull up ALC. ALCH. I know you know it.
Some guy called the death of that shit in the chat out, man. Was it down a bunch?
Bro, it's at 40, but it's literally under entry.
Go to the zoom out.
You think it's gonna be
I mean, these devs
back to
this is
hard
supposed-
mode?
This is supposed to be everything that you want from a
You
team.
just asked if you can go back to hard mode. What do you mean, like bear market mode?
Right, where
Like
it's like
for
having to
meme
trade your
coins.
ass off.
No, bro. This is a correction. Go look at the thing I'll send you in a little bit. Last year in 2017, there was
looks
like 4 of these corrections. Like this is just commonplace. We've just been blessed
Yeah.
to not have these corrections yet. This is just the first major one.
I've been saying it at the top of the show the last 2 times that I think that, you know, memes are just attention off a little bit at the moment. And we'll get back there, right? We're kind of gravitating towards Bitcoin and majors and NFTs, but meme coins will push back on, and when that happens, everything's going to really rally with it. I think this is excellent entry on a lot of them. So
I
tend to
think it
agree with
comes
that.
down to there's just going to be so much money flowing into the space next year that a lot of these the top leaders in these different niches are going to run together. That's how it's always been in these euphoric parts of the bull runs. Different rotations, maybe every few weeks, but again, like stuff runs together. And we haven't seen anything compared to the capital that's going to be in next year, I think.
So this correction seems completely normal to you.
Go to the log chart. I mean, there's only one bounce in there. It looks pretty fucking impulsive, and the fact that it's at 75% down isn't a great sign. Especially from the stuff we were talking about with possible supply problems or whatever. But you know what I would like to see is some consolidation for like multiple days to run it back. And if it's not a complete farm, then I think it's likely going to run it back because of the stuff they keep shipping and everything.
Yeah.
So we definitely need to keep an eye on it. But yeah, that's crazy.
Like I'm not buying more of this, even though it's at a great entry, because I don't know whether there's something wrong with the distribution or not. I'm just gonna let it ride.
Yeah, my bad. I got a call. But yeah. We'll have to keep an eye on this. I'd like some consolidation before going up. It's crazy that this dropped 80%, but
Did you hear what I just said though? I said that
my bad.
I probably I want to add to this position because I love everything about the coin, the devs, what I've seen, but I'm just letting it ride rather than adding because it's like the potential distribution stuff that we don't know, and the team isn't doxed yet.
Yeah,
which is either fire or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could go either way, right? I think
Right.
for me, I think there's so many no-brainer buys and the other shit we're talking about. We even talk about Flog.
Flog.
But that's one that I
We
added
gotta hop
heavy
off
to.
soon. as
About,
well,
like,
so
Yeah,
a
we
lot
got
of
hop off in a
Flog.
sec, but this is a great buy. 200, Jesus.
Yeah, I bought a fuck ton of Flog last night. I think it kind of convergence of like kind of culture type stuff where there's kind of like a cult or like just a cult fan base at least forming around the Flog, and then it's kind of cute as well type shit. Good builder with the obviously the art. He's putting out 3-4 high quality videos / pic like art, whatever the fuck they're called, every day. I think this is a no brainer right now as well. And yeah, I've been adding heavily to Flog. I think it's going to go to the multiple billions. We could see it at 5 billion something next year, but yeah, no brainer.
Okay, epic. Well, I think we have to hop off, right?
Yeah, we should
you
probably
guys can
hop
run
on.
it. I just gotta hop off to a different call.
Okay,
Yeah, we
cool.
should probably hop off in general. Like I said, guys, we started a little late, but we'll be on today or today, maybe Tuesday. We're not sure yet, but definitely if not Friday, same time. What is it? 10 p.m. 10 a.m. PST. But yeah, with that, guys, do you have anything else to say before we sign off?
Don't look at your computers if you can't buy anything.
Yeah, it's a good
What do you
tip.
mean, no
Yeah.
computer time for me. What do you?
Yeah, if you don't, well, you got dry capital. You'll be fine.
Just yeah, don't look at deck screener if you're whatever feeling too stressed out. Again, I mean things could bounce back quick, but take it easy.
All right, boys, we'll talk.